Yeah, type the Java version here. It's perfectly
It is
common, no?
it reflecting here.
Uh,
Yeah.
So it's not working.
it's perfectly common. Yeah, you have to echo here actually. Echo $Java on Chrome, but it will give your home path only.
Okay. It's not like
Nothing is coming.
so something. I just
Maybe is it not syncing or what? Okay,
just
can you open your pom.xml once?
sorry.
Can you open your pom.xml here in the Infinity project?
POM file there.
Pom.xml.
Pom.xml file.
Yeah. Okay. Just
Which Java version it is?
I don't know.
Scroll
Exactly.
down.
Okay, we didn't specify any Java version, you know.
Can I like need to download any Spring Initializer with a new one?
No,
Better.
set the Java version also because you have to set the
Property.
Java version. Chirag, can you ping him the Java dot version that piece?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think you would be having under properties. There would be a Java version.
Yeah. Add this one. I'm sending in the chat.
Java version 17.
So where are I supposed to add this?
On top, go
Top.
just
Can
scroll.
you scroll up? Huh. Top.
Scroll up.
Top. Go up.
Mhm.
Maybe after description, add it after description or something.
After description only you can. Yes.
Yeah, save it and build again if the Maven is showing it to you.
So save is like in a control S only, right? Or else?
Yeah, same.
Yeah, control.
Yeah, done.
Rebuild the Maven. Go to this M button.
Yeah, M. M.
Resolving dependencies now.
Same, even though it's getting like.
Oh, there is error in POM also. Can you go back? Did you added this property multiple times? Can you search Command F and write property?
Property.
Enter. I think there are two times property. Enter once again. Again. You have two properties.
Oh, you already have. Okay.
You already have it. Now remove one.
Maybe remove this one.
Hmm.
Yeah, save it and again build it. Yeah, what is that one? That SCM connection something?
It's by default. In the
Okay,
POM.
by default. Okay. Okay, now build again. Why the heck it's not reflecting?
Or should we take this in the end, Gopal? I'll help.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, exactly. So I can meanwhile I will search with other resources like in chat.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can continue, Chirag. So
Yeah.
let's see.
Okay. Apart from this error, anyone face issue with the SQL connection or anyone getting exception like we were getting yesterday? Okay, I'm assuming it's no from everyone. So okay, if everyone has this setup, okay, which I'm assuming everyone should be having right now. So okay, whenever you get a project, then the next part is okay. We already discussed about controller, right? Controller you already know. Then controller to database, controller to service layer will go. But when we already added this GPA dependency, the connection dependency, there are two things that you should be thinking very first. Okay, the one is how your DTOs look like and how your entity structure will look like. Okay, so when I say entity means how your database table should look like. I'm sharing my screen. So suppose any project you want to build API, then first thing in your mind should be, okay, what should be the request to my API and what should be the response to my API, right? Uh, like suppose I go to my controller, okay, and I'm building this API to check some availability. So what's my first thing is, I need what all detail I need. I need some start time, end time, okay, some price, restriction, anything. So this is what you should be evaluating the very first thing when you start writing an API. What should be the request to your API? Okay, and then you should use that DTO to specify, okay, this is my request and this should be come in the request. Then what should be the response? Okay, whatever what I want to send in the response when I process that API. Okay, like this one, availability response is one kind of response that I want to send. So like what all parameter it has, their data type, think data type thoroughly, like you want to send some integer double value or you want to make string only, right? So all such detail, that's the very first thing. That's about your DTOs. Then we're coming to entities. So entities, like how you want to create your table. So since we are already using JPA, we don't need to create our table manually, like going to the database, MySQL Workbench, and create a table command. That also work. But if you are already using JPA, then we should use it fully, right? Let me open my Workbench also.
హలో ఇక్కడ రూమ్కి వచ్చిండ్రా
Guys, can you be on mute?
వాటర్ గిట్లా ఏం లేకుంటుండే
Harish,
అదేరా బట్టలు వినడానికి
బట్టలు వినడానికి వాటర్ లేకపోలేదు.
ఆ పక్కన అత్తలేదు కదా మోటార్ ఇంకా సెట్ చెప్పి
mm,
చెప్పినా వాళ్ళ మోటార్ ఇంకా సెట్ చెప్పినా సెట్ చెప్పి
అవునా?
way to
Harish, can you go on mute?
వచ్చారా మరి?
Harish.
యస్ సారీ
Yeah, please continue, Chirag.
sure. So when I go to any entity, like there is one of my table which I called availability detail, where I store my availability detail, like okay, anything related to availability, whatever I'm building a project on. Okay, so create your class, then annotate it with data, entity, toString, and at table also. Okay, so whatever you will specify here, the same name this JPA will pick to create your table name. Okay, so ideally you should follow a snake case. So snake case is what, all small, then connected with underscore only, right? Usually when we write in Java, like the variable name, we follow this one, like id name. This is capital case, camel case, sorry, right? So started with small and then first word of every letter is capital. This is camel case. But when you're creating tables or dealing with SQL, you should follow snake case. Okay. So if you won't specify the table here, what JPA will do, JPA will use this class name altogether automatically, and it will create tables with this name. Okay. Then for each whatever details you are specifying here, these are like your columns name. Okay, whatever the column you want to build in your SQL database for that particular table, and each SQL table should have at least one ID column that uniquely identify each row. Okay, it's like a basic database. So I mean, basic database thing. Every row should have at least one unique ID to identify unique what to say data. Then annotate it with ID. This one, the generated value, it will basically automatically generate unique value for your records. Okay, and that too in a sequence order. So then specify your column name. So because sometime like this one, the start time, I want to keep my name as in camel case only, start then capital T time, but my column name is like this only, the one I used to follow, the snake case, right? Start underscore time. So specify your column name. Even there are some scenario where you want to write your column name differently with your different name. Suppose I want to keep this as a start only, but I can keep my column name as it is as a start, right? That will also help. So specify your columns name like this one only. Okay. So yeah, this is about the entity. Uh, uh, Guys, if you have a setup, can you do one thing? Try creating an entity and starting your application. Then I'll tell you one more configuration. Then it will help you. Anyone want to volunteer and share your screen? Creating an entity and starting the application.
Yeah, Chirag, I'm doing.
Okay. Anup, you already have that, I think, Hibernate setup, right? You asked me.
Yeah.
Then not you. I mean, the one who did not set up the Hibernate configuration. Okay, so you can create also. Just try.
Chirag, just created this entity, this
Mhm.
class, where in the service layer, where in the employee layer, I mean, before of getting into the project, I just created a normal entity class, Java
Mhm.
class, and I just push the records and I just run the console. It's been working, and where in the workbench, I will redirect it and got some the record as null. Not given any data over on this. I just
Hmm.
use this query and I just run the resultant.
Hmm.
This is the thing I've done. So I want to know how that JPA extensions will be work when we set up the four packages: controller, entity, repository, and service. Can you do it from your end?
Yeah, definitely we'll discuss, but we'll discuss when I mean everyone will be on same page, right, Andrew? So that's what we are trying.
Okay.
Let's bring everyone on the same page, guys. Anyone else who did not do the JP configuration? I mean, I think I already shared with Anurup yesterday. I already shared in the chat, but anyone who did not did the Hibernate configuration but want to add the entity and try running it.
Just Hibernate configuration.
Team, do speak out. I mean, it will help. Okay. Whom we did the setup yesterday? Okay, let's. Sandeep, you wanna share your screen? That's the only way I mean, we are gonna pick random people now. Hey, Sandeep.
Chirag, can I stop share?
Yeah, you can stop sharing and
Yeah.
Yeah, Chirag.
you have your setup ready? Your
Ready.
can you share your screen?
Yes.
Oh, you also added this Hibernate configuration, right? How it's the same with the. I don't know. Did you guys copy paste it or?
We see YouTube and
Oh, understood. It's okay. So, when you are starting your application, okay, try starting your application. Do you see any difference in the logs?
hello.
Yes, Sandeep, you're audible.
Yeah. You tell me.
Okay,
Yeah, Chirag, it's running.
it's running. But can you go to your my
Yeah.
MySQL bench? So
Yes.
it's created, right?
Yes, right.
Okay,
Table
then
students.
now do one thing. Go to your
Where?
entity in the code. So you created this entity in the main directory itself. Ideally, you should follow the structure, Sandeep, right?
Oh, right.
You should create a packages differently, like one for controller, repository, services, etc. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then do one thing. Try instead of integer, make your ID long.
Loan.
Instead of int, change it to long. Line number 15.
Yeah.
No, Sandeep, I'm talking about the data type. It's your variable name.
Okay. Is it right?
Mhm.
Yeah, Chirag.
Keep that ID name as well, na? You just need to change int to long only. Keep ID as it is, right? Okay. Then now restart your application. See.
Yeah.
So, why it's running? Okay. See, there is one command. If you see the alter table command, right? It's
Yes.
modifying column ID big int not null automatically. So you don't need to go to your MySQL workbench and change your database schema. As soon as you change it here, it will automatically change in your database too.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and how it is being done? It's the same thing. If you go back to your resources, open that application property file. This is because of this one, the line number 11, DDL auto update. Because if you comment this out and do the change again and restart your application, you won't see that
Yes.
command. Okay, so guys, do you understand like this thing, how entity works? Anyone?
Yes.
Okay. So okay then, if you I'm considering is a yes only. So now if you understand the concept of entity, the next step is to create a repository. Okay, repository is like where you will specify your each table which entity to use, and then where you will write your actual queries. Okay, if you want to write query, or there are few which JP also automatically provide. Okay, so this will answer your question lately, and Arup, I think once when you start using repository, why the data was not there in your SQL, MySQL.
Yeah.
So
Okay, Chirag.
okay, so Sandeep, can you show me the project structure of your project? So like you created entity, you need to create one more package with the repository, and then create one repository, and it should be an interface, not a class. Can you do that? I think you created it outside of your main directory.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me do one thing. Let me share my screen. I'll let you know. Okay. Then I think you should come up uh, with your entities and repository. Hmm. Correct. So when you create an interface, annotate it with at repository.
Yeah. Done.
Right. So since it's already a interface, you can extend some class, right? So extend JPA repository here.
Yep.
Hmm. Bracket. Hmm. Add your entity detail. This repository you want to connect to which entity? Capital capital S you should type.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay anywhere. It's not in the entity, but you already created entity, right? You were typing wrong. Try capital S T U D N. Correct. See, this is your entity, right? Then comma and then long. You know why we added long? Because that was your ID, the unique key.
Identity.
Yes. Keep it capital L long. Yeah. So now your repository know which entity it should connect to. So by default, it provides some feature like fetch all record or saving a record. You don't need to write a command to insert into table or all this thing. JP anyway provides so some complex query as well, but you won't see it here because we all are using community edition. In the IntelliJ Ultimate Edition, it already provides some features, so it will auto correct. But yeah, JPA with JPA you can filter out some complex query as well with very easily. So this is how you will create a repository. Okay, so how to add data in your database and fetch data from your database and send it the response in the API response. We will discuss tomorrow. But before this, what you have to do tomorrow, come up with your DTOs and entities at least, so that we can start what you are require. I mean, your API need in the request, what you want to send in the response, and what you are expecting to save in the database. These three things you should come up tomorrow, so that we will discuss how this data will flow from controller to service layer to entity repository and then to your database.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, guys, this is for everyone. Just check your projects, come up with your DTOs, what you want in the request, what you want to send in the response, what you want to store in your database, create your DTOs and your entities. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
can I share my screen? Yeah, it's like it's getting like in a Java itself. Can I share my screen and once you can get the clarity?
Okay, sure. Sandeep, you can stop sharing.
Yeah.
Just hold on for a second. Yeah, I'm getting like this. This is the new file like on a test.
I think
I
it's
just
configured now.
yeah, I just run this one and I get the
Yeah, correct. Now your application is starting.
but I got an error like it's a fail to determine the situation
Yeah,
driver class.
yeah, this is correct. Which means you added a dependency for a data source, but you haven't connected your application with your SQL. So go to your this resources